Why? You say, how could this be if there was only 70 people dead out of the opposition? Don't take it numerically. The biggest loss in human life was World War II. Millions of people died. Millions of financial wealth was thrown away. But to me and you and to God, it makes no sense. Why? Because Allah in the Quran says, وَمَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ يَوْمَ الْفُرْقَانِ يَوْمَ الْتَقَى الْجَمْعَانِ. He called the battle of Badr Furqan. Why Furqan? يُفَرِّقُ بَيْنَ الْحَقِّ وَالْبَاطِلِ. Meaning there's a good and a bad. If the good loses, oh no. If the good loses, we're changing the course of history. World War II would have never changed the whole course of history. Because had Italy and Japan won, it would have been the same thing. They would have oppressed too. Would have done nothing. It would have never changed the course of history. And they won. The battle of Badr stayed in the minds of Banu Umayyah. Yazid, the descendants of Banu Umayyah, still has it within him, because they start telling stories of what Muhammad, what Ali did in the battle of Badr. So he does what? He waits, and he waits, and he finally got his wish when Imam Hussein was cornered on the sands of Karbala. And he was heard to say the famous poetry. He says, لَيْتَ أَشْيَاخِي بِبَدْرٍ شَهِدُوا. I wish my elders in Badr. Who's he talking about? Shayba, Utbah, Al-Walid, Abu Sufyan. لَيْتَ أَشْيَاخِي بِبَدْرٍ شَهِدُوا. I wish my ancestors in Badr were to see this day. Why? لأهلوا واستهلوا فرحا ثم قالوا يا يزيد لا تشل. They would have clapped and said, bravo Yazid, لا تشل, meaning may Allah not paralyze your arm. قتلنا السادات من, we killed the grandest of you. وعدلناهم بميزان بدر فاعتدل. Hey, we paid you back what you did to us in Badr. Imam al-Hussein set sail from Medina. He's going towards Karbala. He takes all his household. He knows the intention of Yazid. He knows Yazid has this thing in him that he's trying to get at Rasulullah because of the battle of Badr. The only problem is Imam Hussein can't take all of his household. He leaves a young girl by the name of Fatima. Everybody is trying to set sail. Imam Hussein is doing his rounds, and he looks and he sees his daughter Fatima. The reason he can't take Fatima is because Fatima has fallen ill. I don't like to speak about the agony part from a dhul point, from an azz point. But Imam Hussein is trying to show emotions between family structure. He looks and he's watching Fatima moving around the crowd. And he sees Fatima going around Abdullah, the 6-month-old infant. Why? Abdullah is her brother from the same mother, from Al-Rabab. And Sukaina is saying goodbye to everybody with her eyesight on her son, her brother Abdullah. She walks over and she sees Abdullah finally. And she says to him, وَالتَّعْتَقَ اللَّهَ يَا عَيُونِ. I am saying goodbye unto you, my dear brother. Something tells me I'm not going to see you again. Imam Hussein swallows a tear within his heart over his daughter Fatima. And the bigger tear comes on the battle of Karbala when they narrate that Fatima was in her house, ill, can't move. She couldn't do anything. She sends a letter to Imam Hussein. She sees a Bedouin passing by, and she says, oh Bedouin, where are you going? He's saying, I'm going to Iraq. He says, would you please take a message with you? He says, to who? He says, to my father. She says, who's your father? He says, my father is Hussein, son of Ali, son of Fatima, grandson of the Holy Prophet. He says, please take this message. Is it a sealed message? Yes, it's a sealed message, certified. Here's the message. He takes it. The messenger, as they narrate, arrives in Karbala on the 10th of Ashura afternoon. Imam Hussein is standing by himself in the battlefield. The heavens already declared a state of emergency. The lives of the martyrs are already on their way up. And here comes a man out of nowhere. He's looking all over. He sees the blood. All over, he sees bodies. He sees Abbas. He sees Ali al-Akbar. He doesn't know any of them. Wow, what a sight to see. And he walks up, he sees a mountain standing up. Habib ibn Muslim says about Al-Hussein, Wallah, ma ra'aytu maksuran qat qutila wuldu wa ahlu baytihi arbata ja'shan min al-Hussein. I've never seen anybody with so much dignity and toughness as this man by the name of Hussein. All his household are in front of him dying. And here he comes out like a lion, standing, looking around. Like a lion, anybody that draws near him. He doesn't know who to cover, who to help. Why? Behind him is the women. And he looks and he sees his household, the man, his son, his own son on the battlefield. Yet he can't do anything about it because he needs to protect the women and children. Zainab alayhi salam, he hears a voice. He hears a voice from the back, and the voice says, after she hears her brother say, Ikhwati, Ya Ansar al-Safa, Ya Fursan al-Hayja, Mali unadikum fala tasma'un. I'm calling unto you, you can't hear me. كأنكم عن نصرتي مقصرون. Ya Abbas, Ya Ali al-Akbar. Out comes Zainab. فأتت زينب بالجواد تقول. Zainab, she says to Hussein, Hussein, قرحت فؤادي ولم يبق في مخيمنا إلا نساء وأطفال. There's only females and children. Hussein, let's play this. إن كنت تدعو صحبك فها هم راقدون قد صرعهم ريب المنون هذا العباس قطيع اليدين. Look at Abbas. If you're asking for Abbas, he's got no hands. وهذا علي الأكبر مذبوح من الوريد إلى الوريد. إن كنت تدعو صحبك فها هم راقدون قد صرعهم ريب المنون. Hussein turns around and sees a man, a messenger. He says, who are you? He says, I'm a messenger from Medina. Imam Hussein swallows his tear. What do I have in Medina? I have my daughter Fatima left in Medina. He sent me a message. She doesn't know what's going on. Opens up the book, takes the message from this messenger. And the messenger is eyeing Hussein as he opens it, and the tears of Hussein is down his cheek. He knows, he's thinking of Fatima. Don't worry about us, Fatima, we're fine. How about you when you receive the news? He opens up and she says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. من العلي إلى فاطمة إلى أبيها الحسين أباه. He says, my father, from Fatima to Hussein. Father, how is Abbas? How's my uncle Abbas? كيف أخي علي? How's my brother Ali? كيف أخي الرضيع? How's my brother, the infant Abdullah? Imam Hussein starts crying, turns toward Medina. He says, من الحسين إلى المدينة إلى فاطمة إلى العليلة. If you're asking about your brothers, here they are in front of me. Yet I want you to raise your head up high. The blood on their bodies should color the years to come. I want you to pull your tear back. And Fatima, I want you to remember your father Hussein. I don't want the tear to come down your cheek. Every time they say Hussein, I want you to raise